subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell icon. Thank you. Hello my wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be bringing you the full detail of Tolulope Arotile's burial. As it stands now, the body of the heroic combat pilot arrived in National Cemetery in Abuja. Today is the burial of the late flying officer Tolulope Arotile, the Nigerian Air Force first female combat helicopter pilot. Her body has just arrived at the National Cemetery in Abuja. The Nigerian Air Force had last week revealed that Tolulope Arotile, Nigeria's first female combat helicopter pilot, was hit with a car driven by her ex-classmate. She died at the age of 24 as a result of head injuries she sustained from the accident, which happened at the Nigerian Air Force Base in Kaduna State. Daramola gave the name of the Arotile's ex-classmate who drove the vehicle that hit Nigeria's first female combat helicopter pilot as Mr. Neman Adejo. The Nigeria Air Force spokesperson also said the matter will be handed over to the Nigerian Police Force, being a civil case. For her burial today, an ambulance belonging to the Nigerian Air Force with registration number AF442 arrived at the National Cemetery with the body of Tolulope Arotile. As at the time of filing this report, mourners had already begun to arrive at the National Military Cemetery for the final burial rites of the late pilot. The dignitaries include top military officers from the Army, Navy, Nigerian Air Force, members of the National Council, for the Women's Society, among other dignitaries. The controversial circumstance surrounding Arotile's burial has raised concern from different sections, thereby calling for a probe of the dead. The Nigerian Air Force has released an official statement on the findings, saying the classmate that knocked her over has been handed over to the Nigerian police. In a 6-point note signed by the Director of the Public Relations and Information, Air Comrade Ibikunle Daramola, said that, having carefully considered the foregoing, the preliminary investigation concluded that the death of the flying officer Arotile was caused by blunt force trauma to the head and significant bleeding resulting from being struck by the vehicle. On 14 July 2020, the Nigerian Air Force and indeed the entire nation was thrown into mourning as a result of the death of one of our shining young stars in the person of the flying officer Tolulope Arotile, the Nigerian Air Force first female combat helicopter pilot. Her unfortunate demise has elicited an overwhelming outpouring of condolences, prayers and support to the Nigerian Air Force as well as the Arotile family. This has no doubt been so, not just for Tolulope's outstanding accomplishments at the tender age of 24, but also because of her sterling personal qualities of excellence, hard work, dedication to duty, confidence and courage, which endeared her to her superiors, subordinates and peers in the service. Unfortunately, because of the peculiar circumstances of the incident that led to her death, a rash of falsehoods, conspiracy theories, and lies have been propagated in the public space, especially on social media. The Nigerian Air Force sincerely hopes that the findings of the just concluded preliminary investigation into this unfortunate and painful incident will address the misinformed issues raised in the social media on the tragedy. Moreover, while it would have been ideal for the entire investigation to be concluded before details on the incident are released, the Nigerian Air Force, in sensitivity to public concerns occasioned by the spread of the falsehood, appreciates the imperatives to provide more clarity at this very difficult moment. It also wants to let us know that the details have been reviewed and communicated to the Arotile family, who ideally should be allowed to mourn their daughter and sister in peace, but for the unfortunate nature of the sad occurrence. In line with the normal protocol in Nigerian Air Force during such occurrences, An investigation was immediately instituted to formally determine the circumstances of the incident. Accordingly, the preliminary investigation have revealed so many things about it and are also yet to reveal so many details towards it. All right, my wonderful people, this is all the news I have for you today. And I must indeed, before I allow you to drop what you want to say concerning this, I must have to say that I'm not happy with what happened to Tolulope Arotile. She's just too young to die. Can you imagine that at 24 she have achieved so much, being the first female helicopter pilot in Nigeria? Oh my God, it's not an easy thing. And it's a pity that her life was cut so short at this early stage. I just hope that the family will find peace somewhere in their hearts to take the loss. May her soul rest in peace. Amen. You too can as well become part of this discussion by dropping your opinion and what you think concerning this at the comment section. Please do well to drop your condolences. You have to condole with the family, especially today that they are mourning their loved ones. Do well subscribe to this channel and do not forget to turn on your notification bell icon to get notified whenever we make a new upload. See you in my next video. Thank you.